Yeah, opening statement would be that was a really good comeback win. Things were looking real good for us. Obviously, they jumped on a couple of pitches and scored 4 runs really before we knew what hit us, and took a 3-1 run lead. And the reliever they brought in, the right-hander, did a really nice job of mixing it up, keeping the ball away from us, and we struggled. We had a couple balls hard that I think the wind pushed down that kept from getting to the gap. Battles hit one, and then I think Goodhart hit a ball that probably would have went out of the park. And when you're behind 3 or 4 runs and you're playing in the elements with the wind blowing in, a lot of times it's you got to string together a bunch of hits, or they have to make some mistakes. Uh, Really, the only mistakes they made is they walked a couple guys, but we got a couple of big time hits by Robert. 2 2-run homers that gave us the lead, and or got us close and then gave us the lead. And then I thought our bullpen at the end of the game did a pretty good job there with Wicklander and Cops, and then just finishing that thing off there in the ninth. Good win for us.
Hutch.
Yeah, Dave, you kind of touched on it there. What did you think of your team's approach? Not being able to get the big hit early in the game. And then also, what did you see on Robert's 2 swings to get the home runs?
Yeah, I mean, in the first inning, we had runners at first and second, nobody out. We don't score. Then I think it was maybe the third or fourth inning, we had runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. We didn't score. So it wasn't looking great. I thought their pitcher just did a nice job of working his way out of a jam. The left-hander that started, older kid again. He's been out there and he's pitched probably on a lot of Fridays, and he's been through it a little bit. He did a tremendous job of wiggling his way out of jams. But ultimately, what got him out of the game is that he didn't throw enough strikes, and we took some walks, a lot of full counts. We got his pitch count up, and the couple of guys they brought out of the bullpen, they were good. They were different. The last guy, submarine, side armor, but just hard to hit, especially for the right-handers. And but what Robert did, the first home run, I think he just got him a good pitch and hammered it. And then the second home run, he laid off a really good breaking ball, and then count was 1-0, and they tried to come with a fastball, and he looked for it and he got it and he hit it out of the park. So great job by Robert.
Matt.
Were you trying to get a left on right matchup when you brought Gregory in there in the ninth? And what did you think of his at bat?
Yeah, it just seemed like the left-handers were seeing him a lot better. When you look back, you think about, we had our right-handers were striking out against him. They weren't seeing his slider. So, I wanted Gregory to work the count a little bit. If he had a chance to bump for a hit, I wanted him to do that, and he did. He actually didn't get it down. I think that made it a 2-2 count, and then he did a nice job of getting 3-2, and then laying off a pitch that was out just a little bit to draw the walk.
Do you like Robert's power from the left side? I mean, is that where you feel like he's got more power from?
I don't know. I just think he hits a lot more left-handed than right, obviously, because he sees a lot more right-handed pitchers, but he's got good power from the other side as well.
Tom.
Dave, I know you probably don't want to make a habit of it, but because you've come from behind so often so far, no panic in the dugout. What'd you see from the guys?
No, they weren't panicking. I think we just needed to get a couple of guys on. We just needed to start something, and the dugout, it was into it. I don't think they ever felt like we were out of it. We were down 3. We still had time. We had 4 innings to go, and obviously as outs were being made and we were running out of outs, I'm sure that what was running through their head is what was running through the coaching staff. We just got to get some people on and get a hit here or there, and maybe we can hit one out of the park. It kind of happened that way. Battle's got a big hit there in the 7th with 2 outs, and then Robert promptly hit a 2-run homer, and all of a sudden that 3-run lead was only 1. And they didn't kind of know what hit him there. And then, I think it might have been the 6th. I don't know what it was. But then when Robert, hit the home run in the, like I said, in the 8th, he laid off a really good breaking pitch. And the pitcher did not want to go 2-0 on him. So he said, here's your fastball. And Robert looking for it, and he hit it out of the park.
Yeah. So Paulette, 88 pitches through 4. What did you see from him today?
We had pretty good stuff. I felt like he had to throw a few too many pitches, but the zone was pretty tight. There wasn't much, ringing guys out on inside fastballs or inside pitches, and it was for both teams, honestly. But he threw the ball really well the first couple innings. They were kind of jumping out there on his fastball and cheating to it. He threw some good breaking balls for strikes, and he's got to have to get his changeup going a little bit. But his stuff was good. The command, the first few innings was real good. Not so much in the fourth, and pitch count got up there. We like our bullpen, so we just kind of went to each guy as we felt was the best matchup.
Jason?
Hey, Coach, you put Cops in another tight situation. Just how big was it to see him get those 2 strikeouts, even with that walk mixed in there, and just that top of the 8th inning in general?
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. His cutter was really sinking and diving, and fastballs 92 miles an hour right around there. And once he got behind, he struck the first guy out, but once he got behind on the second hitter, we didn't want to give in to him. So the base open, a walk wasn't a bad deal. Now he did have to face a left-hander and threw a ball and a strike, and then he threw 2 really nice downer type pitches that that he really didn't get close to him. It was a really good job, veteran job there.
Mac, back to you.
Every time Wiggins has pitched, it's been against the heart of the other team's order. What have you thought about how he's performed early on, and do you see him potentially being your closer?
Well, we wouldn't have brought him in if we didn't have confidence in him. We had a couple older guys available there that we have confidence in as well. We just felt like we'd already had Wiggins up, kind of tossing and getting ready. We just felt like, hey, let's let him finish this thing up. He's thrown really, really well. He deserves it, and he went out and got it done. The first hitter is their hottest hitter. He's extremely hot, and he just went out and jumped on the first pitch fastball and hit it deep to center. Second 2 guys he got after pretty good. So just another great job, by Jackson.
Hutch?
Yeah, Peyton, I think on the board, I don't know how accurate it was saying it was 97, 98 in the first inning. Was that accurate at all? And then also, did his velo dip a little bit there in the 3rd inning?
Yeah, it's accurate. It's what he throws. 95. He's touched 98 a few times, and when it warms up and he gets stronger, you might see it tick up a mile an hour or so. But he in the 3rd inning he dropped off a little bit, and you got to figure it's 45 degrees out and misty and cold and windy, and it's hard to stay loose. But first 2 innings he had really good stuff, and 3rd inning not bad. The 4th inning obviously he started getting a little wild.
And then with Connor, he looked pretty good the other day. Did he just not have it today? And then also, what was Wicklander doing well today?
Well, I thought Connor actually threw the ball pretty well. The first hitter, he got him to reach for a fastball. He perfectly located down and away, ground ball to second. And, I don't remember. I think we base hit over the second baseman's head, and then maybe a home run. And the only reason we pulled him is just because of the matchup. And, Morris comes in and got ahead of the hitter, and then it was even, and the guy jumped fastball and he just clubbed it out of the park, I think. So I don't know, there might have been a hit or 2 later, but it's I thought Connor's stuff was good. And Wicklander, he did a nice job. He had one little stretch there where he had maybe a 4-pitch walk and then threw another ball or 2, and you're thinking, is he going to be able to turn this around? And he did. He spotted his fastball pretty good. You see his velocity. Its velocity's up, 92, 94. He threw one slider that struck out a left-hander on a full count after throwing a fastball that he fouled away. So I thought his stuff was good. He's the one who gave us an opportunity to climb back in the game.
Last one here for Matt.
Hey, on the play, when Cops came in, there was a ball that got away from Casey, and he ran it down right in front of the dugout. Did it get into the dugout? Was he able to get it before it
Yeah,
got
but
in?
the rule states you get one base. He
Okay.
could have let it roll in the dugout. They were running up there. Both one was at first, one was at second. If he'd have just let it go, that's all they were going to get was one base. Yeah, but he got it before it hit a step, but he had a foot in there, so he was in the dugout.
I'll squeeze one more in, Tom. Last one here.
Yeah, Dave, just wanted to check on Jalen Battles. Looked like the ball might have hit him in the wrist. Ball jumped up on him. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's good. That was a tough play to his right. I don't know why it came up, but it jumped up on him pretty good. He's good.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. We've got Robert